In previous videos, we've talked about what climate change is. It's the literal change in climatic conditions caused by the warming of the Earth, which is caused by excess carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, which is caused by burning fossil fuels. So the solution is simple: stop burning fossil fuels. How do we stop burning fossil fuels? Aren't fossil fuels used by big industries in transportation? Well, it turns out there's a lot you can do. Every choice you make has a carbon price tag on it, and that's because every product or service has a long history behind its production that we usually don't see. For example, beef comes from cows, and cows take a lot of space and energy to grow because, well, they're living beings. From the time that they're born to the time that they're slaughtered, they need food, water, and land to stay alive. They need to be transported in large vehicles. And then, cows have a thing that they do where they release methane through belching and flatulence. Methane is actually much more powerful than carbon dioxide when it comes to absorbing heat, and that makes it a more dangerous greenhouse gas. So if you eat beef 1 to 2 times a week, it adds 640 kilograms to your annual greenhouse gas emissions. Remember, we're talking about a gas here, something that we normally can't even feel. And we're talking about 640 kilograms of it. That amount of carbon is equal to 1 round-trip flight from Islamabad to Turkey. Now imagine if half the people on Earth started doing the same thing. Well, that number is just too big to write. However, it's not just products. Your actions have a large impact on emissions as well. Food waste produces a lot of methane. Despite having food insecurity, 40% of food goes to waste in Pakistan. This food may be from the farmer's market. It may be from wedding venues and hotels, but it can also be from your dining table. Similarly, transportation has a large impact on your emissions as well. It matters whether you use gas, petrol, or diesel. Personally, we're hoping electric cars become more accessible. That's another thing: electricity or energy. The amount of energy you consume is directly related to your carbon emissions, so closing the lights before you leave a room helps. But an even better action would be to not have the AC on all the time. The clothes you wear, the books you buy, the things you own, the number of people in your family. Everything has a carbon price tag on it that you just can't escape. Don't worry, there's a solution to every problem. When someone wants to lower their carbon footprint, they perform actions that take away carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. The most common way to do that is to plant a tree. However, you should know that for trees to significantly absorb carbon from the atmosphere, they need to reach a certain age, which could take years. And we don't have years to deal with climate change. We're already kind of late. So what could be better than planting trees? Protecting the ones that already exist? Here are some other actions that you can take. Compost to stop your food waste from going to open dumps and releasing methane. Eat more vegetables. It's healthier for you and for the environment. Switch to ebooks and digital documents to reduce paper waste. Read the news online instead of having a newspaper. Use your institution's transport if you're a student or a teacher. Invest in solar panels for your home. Free electricity, yay! Buy local instead of imported products to cut transportation emissions. Educate yourself and others around you about your carbon footprint. There are carbon footprint calculators online that will help you find out your carbon impact and how to reduce it. Next week, we're going to discuss the different actions you can take as a community.